Malky's story.
I sold my wee boy's toys to pay for drugs.
Malky flogged Lego for half a p a piece. Skag's his poison.
Janie's story.
I live rough on the streets of Norwich.
Janie used to be a teacher. Now she's a bum with booze in her veins.
Tristram's story.
I started taking coke when I first became a hedge fund manager.
Tristram missed out on his bonus last year. His dreams of a bigger house in tatters.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you, Alan.
Thanks, Al, for putting your hands across Norfolk.
Bananas and cream. I can't beat it. OK, you're listening to Mid-Morning Matters. Today we're raising £3,000 or £3,000 for Norwich-based charity Addiction Action. Got some banana in my mouth.
Swallow it.
OK, Simon, what's the tot up?
Well, we're looking at 610 English pounds.
Put that in context for any listening addicts.
Yep, that is roughly 150 pints of lager or 8 grams of coke.
And in terms of heroin?
Just checking, I've asked one of the cleaners.
The Scottish guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. And hey, what a great bunch of listeners. I mean, I think I stepped on a hornet's nest last year when I suggested Norwich was ready for a Blacktown crier, but you cannot fault their generosity. OK, online now we have an addict who wishes to remain anonymous, so we've disguised their voice. Hello, caller. What's your story?
I'm addicted to gambling.
The sound guy said it'd be fine.
I'm up to my eyes in debt. My marriage is in bits. I've lost my job selling wool at the market. Sorry, I'm getting quite emotional.
It's all right, mate. Take your time. So your wife had left you?
My husband. I'm a woman.
Of course. Sorry. Yes, of course. Men don't sell wool. Listen, love, I think we're going to have to cut this short. The voice distorter's bending your gender. It's also making you sound like a villain from a faraway galaxy. Could you simply say, soon your planet will be mine?
Soon your planet will be mine.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to leave it there. OK. Wait till he's right behind your shoulder, and then, feign fear if it helps. And then if you feel the back of your arm, just the little knobbly bone there, if he's right up behind you, just into his ribs, into his ribs, and then bang, back of the hand and bust his nose. I know when you were fooling around in the kitchen with Jez before, it was just a bit of tomfoolery, but I just thought when I saw you doing this and this, I just thought we got to talk. Anyway, that's it. It's 12:30 and we're joined by Derek Bosworth, who's here to tell us all about handheld, bellows-driven reed instruments. Sounds like a real wheeze. Before that, some pledges on the texts.
We do have some pledges. Jed from Ipswich says he has a 10-year-old Mondeo 1.8. He wants 500 quid and will give 50 to the appeal. OK,
Phil in Glanford says, leave Porsche drivers with red faces with my tweaked VW Golf. Reluctant sale due to baby. He wants 10 grand cash with 60 for charity.
And one here from Dennis in Feltwell. 2012 Lexus GS. First to see will buy, no time wasters.
Right, and what's the donation?
I don't think he said.
OK. Time for the weather.
Weather update.
They're taking the piss. 9 a.m, Dr. No. Break for a pee. I need at least 3 minutes to urinate. Seems to take forever these days. I never thought when I was in my 20s I'd have to push.
Next.
11:05 from Russia with love. 1:15 Goldfinger. Strawberry Nesquik fish cakes. 3:35 Thunderball dump. Question mark. See how I feel after the fish cakes.
How long?
20 minutes. Don't allow for complications. 6:15 You only live twice. Tin of directors. 8:20 Diamonds are forever. Put the roast on as soon as you see the moon buggy.
You're very brilliant. This is a clever schedule.
Thank you. I love you in a way. You could be a Bond femme fatale with your broken English. You're sexy, but I don't trust you.
James Bond doesn't live in a caravan.
No, but this could very easily be a compact Swiss chalet. About to be stormed by 15 bad bastards in boiler suits.
Hello.
quite enjoyed that. Was that a snub-nosed Uzi?
Yes, I think it was.
You're in a remarkably cheerful mood, considering it's the first anniversary of your mother's death.
Well, life goes on.
Can we finish writing the bone schedule?
Oh, you've made allowances for the visit to my mother's grave?
Yes, that's in the schedule. Visit to your mother's grave, then Dr. No. The underground base of an evil genius, and then Dr. No.
And then we've got knowing me, Alan Partridge, knowing you, Daniela Forest. Aha.
Aha.
Oh! Well, that's the sexiest aha I think I've ever had. Oh, actually, I just forgot. I normally kiss my guests when they first come on. It's just a thing I do. Not the men, I give them a firm handshake, but... can we do that? Just do the kiss quickly?
Oh, sure. Where do you want to kiss me, Alan? Peachy cheek or little round mouth?
Little round mouth.
Come on, then.
Right.
You going to kneel down?
Yes.
Right down.
Yes.
Pop back on your
Yes. Right. Now, Daniela Forest, you are Playboy's agony aunt, and you've also just published your autobiography.
Luck Be a
Luck
Lady.
Be a Lady. There it is. That's the book. There we go. It's your autobiography. It's published by Jones. Never heard of them. What comes across very strongly is your understanding of male psychology.
Well, I think I understand men because I adore them.
And what, as a woman, do you look for in a man?
Power is attractive. Sensitivity. Sense of humour. I like a man who knows who he is.
I'm Alan Partridge. Carry on.
You know, I think the most important thing that I look for in a man is a fit, young body like a Greek god.
Right. Now, you also help people with their sexual problems. Let me give you a hypothetical problem. There's a couple, right? They've been married 15, 16 years, maybe more. And they've never slept, neither of them have ever slept with anyone else.
And he's frustrated.
Yes, deeply, deeply. But that's only part of the problem. The real problem is that their sex life is, well, for want of a better word, moribund.
People need to explore their sex lives if they're not working, you know. If it's not working in the bedroom, bring it into the living room or the kitchen.
Yeah, well, they tried that, but the dog just wanted it. It was very off-putting.
I mean, you see, some people, they find it very sexy to be watched.
Not by the dog. I mean... Montgomery was frightened. He was just barking.
Who's Montgomery?
The man who masterminded the Battle of El Alamein. And the name of this hypothetical dog.
Have you got a dog, Alan?
Yes.
And what's his name?
Rommel.
Open it, stuttered my mother nervously. Yes, open it, said Dad, frightened. Cool it, cat, I breathed. This was the 70s. In my hand was a golden envelope containing the most important pieces of paper I'd ever clutched. My A-level results. What does it say? My parents whispered in absolute unison. I opened it as gingerly as a rookie bomb disposal operative would open a fat letter bomb in a crash. In a funny sort of way, the contents were just as explosive as powder-coated acetone peroxide. They spelt the difference between me attending tertiary education and being consigned to a heap marked "Don't have A-levels." And that was a mound of slag I did not want to be on. Like the bomb disposal man mentioned above, I swallowed hard and began to remove the letter within the lope. A single bead of sweat sprinted down my face, skirting around my temple and pausing at the jaw before throwing itself to its death. Bad news, I muttered. Your son has failed. At failing his exams, They were confused momentarily by the clever double negative, so I added, I passed! The it's bad news, ha-ha, no, actually it's good news technique is one I've always enjoyed. It was really mastered by David Coleman in A Question of Sport when he'd tonally suggest Bill Beaumont had got an answer wrong, only to reveal at the end of the sentence that he'd got it right. My parents were elated. My mum patted me and Dad joined in one of the first high fives that Norwich has ever seen. I passed, I kept saying. I passed them both. The exact grading isn't important. Suffice to say, I was the proud owner of 2 shiny A-levels, and nobody could take them away from me.
Would you say you've come to books quite late in your life, Alan?
No, that's wrong. I've been reading avidly since the age of a half. Of course, they were very rudimentary books. Some didn't even contain words. They were merely squeaked when you squeezed them, but they were certainly books nonetheless. In those books, my task might have been to identify and reproduce the sound emitted by farmyard or domestic animals, e.g. Cat, which would be...
Meow.
Yeah, but higher.
Meow.
Yeah, great. Hello, commuters with your computers. This book would fit ideally into an attaché case or the thigh pockets of a pair of fashionable combat trousers. Not like those massive Stephen King books. They should be on wheels, shouldn't they? Yeah, embarrassing, idiot. For £10, you get a very good book and a free torch, a Danko nightstick, as used in futuristic series The X-Files. There's a demonstration model tied to the chair with a skipping rope by that woman. What is it you want? Right. Train for Lowestoft is on platform 4. It leaves in 5 minutes, so better learn to jog again quickly. No, seriously, run. You will miss it. This book is a top business aid, as I'm sure you are, sir. Look at that, not even listening. Off to London, no doubt. Go to London. I guarantee you'll either be mugged or not appreciated. Catch the train to London, stopping at Rejection, Disappointment, Backstabbing Central and Shattered Dreams Parkway.
Alan, there. Oh. It's Pete Morant from Dante Fires. He's just got off the train.
Can't see me.
Why not?
To the untrained eye, this could look like it's rubbish and I haven't bounced back.
But you have.
I know. Just point him out to me.
He's got a beard.
Got him. Hi, I'm Alan Partridge.
Pete.
Yeah. You don't mind if I just do that, like that?
No, not at all. I wasn't expecting for you to come and meet me at the station.
Yeah, sorry about the smell of urine, but there really is nothing to do around here. Now, with Apache, it is a one-stop shop. What part of Birmingham are you from?
No, Alan, I'm actually from South Africa.
Oh, yes, of course. I should have guessed.
We can be like Thelma and Louise, eh? You know, we'll just steal a traffic cone and then just go off somewhere.
Yeah, I don't want to go off anywhere. I just want to sort of steal a cone and sort of wave it around a bit. You know?
I tell you what, I can hold it up to my mouth like a tannoy, right?
A speaker system.
Sorry, I can just hold it there and shout, "Stop telling me what to do!"
Yeah. No, it's a good idea. I mean, I could get Lynn to drive us there. She's fully comprehensively insured. She's a named driver. Let's go.
Hurry the lads, man! Come on.
Right.
Yeah, we're questioning one bloke, another bloke. He seems to have disappeared. There's a woman in the car. Out. So, let's get this straight. Your wife was driving.
Yes.
You felt a bit sick. Mm-hmm. So you asked her to pull over so you can get a traffic cone to be sick into.
Yes.
Why?
I didn't want to be sick on the road. The car's got a skid on it.
There was another fella with you. Where's he gone?
He ran off over there. He got scared and ran away. He was in the army and I think he saw people being blown up or like that. And
do you want to know what I think? I think you've got a very vivid imagination.
I wasn't trying to steal a traffic cone.
I'm not saying you're stealing it. I've not said that. Why are you saying that? Why are you saying steal?
Because to an innocent bystander, it may look like traffic cone theft. And I'm an innocent bystander. And, to me it looks like traffic cone theft.
But it's not.
But it's not.
What's your name?
Bill.
Bill.
Bill Carr.
Bill Carr. Where do you live, Bill? What's your address?
King Road. King Road.
Is there a number?
10 King Road in Ipswich.
Where you go now?
I'm going to go home and just probably go straight to bed. Just keep out of trouble.
Good. Good. We'll let this go. But I don't want to see you here again. All right?
OK, thank you. Right, go. Just drive away now. Drive away normally. Stop panicking. Stop the engine. Don't. Stay still. I was technically in charge of a motor vehicle then. I could have been done for drink driving.
Would you like me to lap dance for you? Ooh, my peephole Pringle is modelled on an SAS balaclava. Sweet feet. Ooh. Do you like my cones? They're little ones. I got them from a cycling test centre. I've got a clean licence. Yours is dirty. You've got 6 points. I've got 2 points. Oh dear. Tonight I was that close to being infamous. I don't want to be infamous, I want to be famous. Famous. Knowing me, Alan Partridge, knowing you, Wanda Harvey. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And knowing me, Alan Partridge, knowing you, Bridie McMahon. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Bridie McMahon. Bridie McMahon. Lovely name. That's the kind of name you imagine an Irish, flame-haired, fiery woman to have in a film with John Wayne, isn't it? You just imagine him saying, Bridie McMahon, I'll have you over my knee and give you 6 of the best. And you'd be saying, oh, I'll have nothing to do with you. Keep your hands to yourself. You know, but of course, in the end, you marry him. And, but of course, that's not going to happen. You're a lesbian. And you're Wanda. Wanda, I was just thinking, actually, if you married Glenn, you know what your name would be, don't you? Wanda Ponder. But that's not going to happen because you're, you know, and so's he. I don't want to get bogged down in this whole nest of gay vipers.
Have you got a question?
Yes. First question. What's it like to be a lesbian?
Well, you're asking us to sum up the experience of millions of women in one media-friendly soundbite.
If you could.
Well, I can't.
Well, you're going to have to, love, if you want to make it as a TV presenter.
Well, with all due respect, considering we have a series which runs for 24 weeks, I think we've...
24 weeks? I only got 6.
Well, perhaps the BBC thinks our show's going to be 4 times as good as yours.
No, they don't. Now, you two, you're both lesbians, we know that. I don't mind, it's not a problem. Does it bother you when you hear people use these slang expressions?
What slang expressions are you referring to?
You know, the usual. Lesbos, lesers, lesby friends, dykes, bull dykes, Dick Van Dykes, spare rib ticklers, cat flaps, baggage handlers, and left luggage. Do those names hurt?
Where are you getting all these names from, Alan?
Just names.
Yeah, that you and the guys thought up in the office?
No, we didn't think them all up. I mean, lesers and dykes, can't take the credit for those. OK, now, let's talk about your show, because I've got to. Now, tell us, what's it about?
Well, next week, Jeanette Winterston will be reviewing the latest gay fiction, and this should interest you, Alan. We have a women's football team, and also, in the next show, we have Kitty Mayhew from the British Museum. She'll be looking at some Etruscan earthenware depicting early gay iconography.
Fantastic!
Are you interested in gay?
No, I just realised an anagram of Alan Partridge is Great Drain Pal.
You can get the word Pratt out of Partridge, too.
Yeah, I know.
And Alan is an anagram of anal.
Yes. I'm well aware of that.
So, anal dirge Pratt.
I didn't know that. That's a good one. It's a very good one, that. Yeah. I've been trying to think of one for Glenn Ponder. So if you can help me out there, that'd be good. Now, your new show.
Porn legend.
Sorry?
Porn legend. It's an anagram of Glenn Ponder.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Glenn, are you a porn legend?
Well, my boyfriend thinks
Yeah,
so.
all right. I don't want to think that. Don't want to get bogged down in that whole gay hornet's nest. Your new programme's called Off the Straight and Narrow. It's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it?
Well, we call it OTSAN, or OTSAN for short.
Nearly an anagram of Satan. Carry on. Now, before I tie a belt round your upper arm, slap your vein and inject you with a pure dose of Genesis, I have to say I am being harangued into throwing my own hat into the ring for Norfolk's greatest person. So in I go. This is unbelievable. How Delia Smith can be within one vote of Horatio Nelson, it really is beyond me. If you want to vote for a food-related hero, may I suggest Turkey Baron Bernard Matthews. Bernard slays, I know this because he's a friend of mine, close to 7 million turkeys a year, which he's doing it for about the best part of 30 years. He has slaughtered close to 250 million birds for your eating pleasure. Not personally, of course. The process is highly mechanised. No, Bernard's not actually wrung the neck of a turkey for a couple of years. And even then it was for a charity event. It's great to be around him. Depending on your point of view, he's either responsible for the biggest ornithological genocide of recent times, or he is the greatest farmyard-to-table strategist of the last 100 years. And I know this for a fact because he is my confidant, he's tantalisingly close to producing the 10-pence turkey. What a thought. He's actually showed me around his factory recently. Very, very liberal of him. He said, you can go anywhere you like, Alan. Apart from one room. He just stood in front of my path and said, don't go in there. I said, I thought you said I could go anywhere. He just said, just drop it. And all the love went from his eyes. Chilling. Anyway, I'd like to suggest Bernard Matthews as Norfolk's greatest person, along with my own hat, which is still in the ring, along with all the other candidates' hats. Middle of the day? You bet. Middle-aged? Maybe. Middle of the road? No way. Tina, how can you put Horatio Nelson beneath Delia Smith? Now, there's a thought.
I think Delia's great.
Don't get me wrong, Deals is a cracking cook and a very attractive older woman. But Nelson masterminded the defeat of the entire French and Spanish navies before being shot in the neck and subsequently kissed.
Well, OK, but could he cook a good spag bowl?
Oh, well, you know, you're being humorous, which is fine.
No, I'm being serious.
Well, people only abbreviate when they're being jocular. You said spag bowl. Say the full words. If you're going to take this seriously, say them. Say it.
Spaghetti bolognese.
Thank you. Let's wrap this up. I think it's run its course. We'll look at the results for Norfolk's greatest person. My hat's in the ring. Actually, I'm going to take my hat out. There it is. It's a tie, a dead tie between Oliver Cromwell and Horatio Nelson, exactly as I predicted. Why do I bother? That's rhetorical, by the way. Please don't text in. I know why I bother. But I'm not prepared to go into that now, because right now it's time for Surname Mastermind. Hello, Chris, on line 1. Are you there?
I'm there, yes, I'm here.
Chris, are you ready to play Surname Mastermind?
Yeah.
OK, here we go. Cheryl, Ashley.
Cole.
Correct. Simon, Yasmin.
Le Bon.
Correct. Michael, Shakira.
Kane.
Correct. Rod, Alana.
Hull.
No. Stuart. Dave and Samantha.
Cameron.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, we've all seen it. A teenager near a window asking Siri what the weather's like.
A taxi driver using his phone to calculate your change after you've given him £20 for an £18 fare. Clearly the change is £2.
But is our addiction to technology actually making us less intelligent?
To gauge the public mood, we cross to Simon Denton.
with a slightly expanded role, sifting through your texts, tweets, and now live calls.
Howdy.
Howdy. So, yeah, bigger role, more responsibility.
Yes, indeed. Finally got that promotion, Ma.
Same money, though, I think.
Yeah. So, we've been asking, have we lost good old-fashioned British common sense? Eustace says, pick up bits of broken glass by pressing a slice of damp bread against the floor.
Very good tip. I've done that myself.
Yes, just remember to bin the bread afterwards.
Which I didn't do, as my lips were lacerated.
Oh, dear.
My then girlfriend wouldn't kiss me for a week.
That must have been difficult.
Well, you could do other stuff.
Someone else who says, I avoid pet odours in my home.
Yeah, that's more of a housekeeping tip. We're really asking a slightly deeper question about the way we live now. Have we lost something?
Yeah, totally. So Anita says, if you've lost the end of a roll of sellotape, but you're saying you mean sort of lost something in as a society.
Yeah, so the ones you selected, are they all just housekeeping tips?
Yes, the tweets are.
Right.
We could take a phone call.
Let's do it.
Calls are under social... And then... No, not social.
Stay calm.
Hang on, I've got it here. Live. And then phone.
Right, there are 3 phones.
Just put phone. No. Yes, OK, so now I think we have Stephen Tent on line 4. Stephen. Stephen, are you there? Steve? Stephen Tent on line 4. Go to... Steve? Go to emails?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's fall in love. Bear with me.
I wish there was a bear with you. You'd probably make a better job of it than you. Seriously, mate.
Now, there is a way of getting from here to emails.
You make it sound like Fort Knox.
Fort! Stephen Fort. It's not Stephen Tent on line 4. It's Stephen Fort.
Stephen Fort on line 10. Right.
Well, let's go find him. Come on, then. What's all the fuss about now? Let's go. Come on, let's travel. Stephen Fort on line 10. Just missed him, I think.
Here's what we've got coming up for the rest of the show. Father Paul, just in case anyone thinks I'm trying to lure you into breaking some sort of vow of silence by asking you a question, you can speak, can't you, Father?
Well, I wouldn't be much of a spokesman if I never spoke.
Catty! I like that. Why is it that monks love silence so much?
We all need silence, and it's harder to find in the modern world.
Yes, what one thinks is silence is often not, because you listen a little harder, you can hear the beep of a truck reversing, or in the still of the night, what one thinks is a neighbour's baby crying, but in actual fact it's 2 foxes making love with one another.
I suppose the only place one can find true silence would be outer space.
Hence the phrase, in space, no one can hear you scream.
From Alien.
Yes, I remember when I first saw that, I thought, finally, a movie that acknowledges the fact that sound cannot travel through a vacuum. I bet you guys would love a vacuum.
It'd save the brothers having to sweep the floor.
There's that cattiness again. I mean, you're clearly a character. You definitely are.
From a Christian perspective, silence is a way of forming a deeper bond with God.
Although some young Christians use noise in much the same way that sirens of Greek mythology would lure unsuspecting sailors onto the rocks, the young Christians will sing hymns whilst banging a tambourine, and in the confusion, you end up believing in God.
Well, every individual has their own way of communing with God, but that's not to say that silence is purely religious. I mean, it can work wonders for your mental well-being. Why don't we try it right now? 1 minute.
OK.
The footage you're watching has been sped up. Current BBC programming guidelines prohibit on-air silences over 30 seconds in duration, except for state funerals like Diana's or Springwatch. While greater flexibility is permitted for BBC's 2 and 4, BBC One viewers are thought to benefit from content with frequent noises.
There's your minute.
Life as a monk begins at sunrise. As we quietly dwelt on our relationship with the Lord, it occurred to me that God, all-knowing, invisible, and all around us, is identical to high-speed Wi-Fi, which I know for a fact that they have at the monastery. I wondered what these men might have been before they found God. Could you read a man's story in his face? I believe you can. If I had to guess, I'd say this monk was quite high up in ICI. This monk also worked for ICI, but in a more junior role. I don't have any ideas about this monk. And this monk briefly joined the band D Ream after Brian Cox left to become a scientist. I decided to stroll the grounds and soon found myself walking like a monk, hands behind my back, nodding at passers-by, a smile as my resting face. But smiling constantly starts to make your face ache. I wondered if it felt the same for Holly Willoughby. Although the Bible doesn't mention potted plants, monks absolutely love them. But when I lent a hand, I began to see a very different side to these brothers. You see, silence can be a kindness. It can show courtesy to a fellow clay pigeon shooter. But anyone who's driven home with their wife after a row at a party will know that silence can be used as a weapon. Could the monks have been doing the same? It amused me to imagine I was in an institute full of angry wives in big brown dresses. But the more they pretended not to see me, the more I wondered if it was intentional. And when a sprightly monk snatched my pot, I became convinced they were trying to break me. Perhaps they were tapping Morse code messages to each other on plant pots, like, "Why isn't this new man wearing brown? Let's pick on him till he either cries or cuts his hand."
Malky's story.
I sold my wee boy's toys to pay for drugs.
Malky flogged Lego for ½ a piece. Skag's his poison.
Janie's story.
I live rough on the streets of Norwich.
Janie used to be a teacher. Now she's a bum with booze in her veins.
Tristram's story.
I started taking coke when I first became a hedge fund manager.
Tristram missed out on his bonus last year. His dreams of a bigger house in tatters.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you, Alan.
Thanks, Al, for putting your hands across Norfolk.
Bananas and cream. I can't beat it. OK, you're listening to Mid-Morning Masses. Today we're raising £3,000 or £3,000 for Norwich-based charity Addiction Action. Got some banana in my mouth.
Swallow it.
OK, Simon, what's the tot up?
Yeah, well, we're looking good. We are already at 610 English pounds.
Put that in context for any listening addicts.
Yep, that is roughly 150 pints of lager or 8 grams of coke.
And in terms of heroin?
Just checking, I've asked one of the cleaners.
The Scottish guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. And hey, what a great bunch of listeners. I mean, I think I stepped on a hornet's nest last year when I suggested Norwich was ready for a Blacktown crier, but you cannot fault their generosity. OK, online now we have an addict who wishes to remain anonymous, so we've disguised their voice. Hello, caller. What's your story?
I'm addicted to gambling.
The sound guy said it'd be fine.
I'm up to my eyes in debt. My marriage is in bits. I've lost my job selling wool with the market. Sorry, I'm getting quite emotional.
It's all right, mate. Take your time. So your wife had left you?
My husband. I'm a woman.
Of course. Sorry. Yes, of course. Men don't sell wool. Listen, love, I think we're going to have to cut this short. The voice distorter's bending your gender. It's also making you sound like a villain from a faraway galaxy. Could you simply say, soon your planet will be mine?
Soon your planet will be mine.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to leave it there. OK. Wait till he's right behind your shoulder, and then, feign fear if it helps. And then if you feel the back of your arm, just the little knobbly bone there, if he's right up behind you, just into his ribs, into his ribs, and then bang, back of the hand and bust his nose. I know when you were fooling around in the kitchen with Jez before, it was just a bit of tomfoolery, but I just thought when I saw you doing this and this, I just thought we got to talk. Anyway, that's it. It's 12:30 and we're joined by Derek Bosworth, who's here to tell us all about handheld, bellows-driven reed instruments. Sounds like a real wheeze. Before that, some pledges on the texts.
We do have some pledges. Jed from Ipswich.